Hello and welcome to a guide to building the Millennium Falcon, where we're looking at issue 72 and 73 this week. Just before we get started on these issues, I just want to recap a bit from last week's special video. All those missing parts that I misplaced during the making of the video I have found since while I was tidying up my workspace, and this is what the finished item looks like. As you can see, all the lights glowing fantastically. The camera really didn't do it justice last week on how fantastic this kit is, so I just wanted to take these few photos and show you guys, because it is really worth getting. I heartily recommend it. It's fantastic, a great addition to the Falcon, and it's going to look great being displayed with all those additional lights. Very looking forward to getting this thing finished so it is displayed like that. In issue 72 and 73, first off, issue 72, we get quite an iconic part. I did promise it. We get the dish. Now, I've already opened this bag and painted it up because when the dish is installed, it'd be quite hard to get to the back to paint it like that. So that is what the dish looks like. And we'll look through all the parts that come in 72, 73 properly in just a moment. But in issue 73, we get another blueprint, and I'm going to take photos and put them up now rather than try and get them all on camera. The first one is of the top and side frames. So side frames 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Top frames for the mandibles, things like that. We then get the bottom frames and the bottom panel diagrams there to show you how they attach. And then top and side panels again at the bottom. One thing which is a little confusing, we don't get any diagrams of the top frames and top panels for the mandibles. For the mandibles, sorry. So I'm not entirely sure whether we'll be getting another blueprint. We might be, we might not. Time will tell. So I'm just going to clear up my work space just a moment, and then when I've done that, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so in issue 72, like I showed you before, we get the satellite dish. Very, very nicely detailed satellite dish. Obviously I'm going to be weathering it at some point, and I've already put the paint on the back there. But I'm very, very happy that we got the dish. I really was convinced that this would be the last thing we get in issue 100. So I'm kind of surprised that it came now. I'm very happy that it came now. I guess they just wanted to finish the top part of the Falcon all in one lump sum rather than leave it to the end. So that's very exciting to have. We also get parts of the dish to make it up so it attaches to the top of the Falcon. And also we get this part here, which is a cutout for the mandibles. So a couple of videos ago, 3 or 4, something like that, I said that this would be the last cutout that we ever do. I got that wrong. There are, of course, lots of cutouts for the mandibles. So obviously it goes with this sprue part here, and all those parts will go into there. I won't be doing this in this video. I will be doing this next time when it'll be a mandible only video. So hold on to that for the time being, and in 2 weeks time I will show you how to put that together, how to paint it up, things like that. And the other 2 parts in issue 72 are framework. Again, more framework. I really didn't think, for some weird reason, the mandibles would come with framework. I really thought they would just be plastic pieces that you attach. More for me for thinking that the quality of the build would dip like that, because it is going to be very sturdy mandible. It is going to have even very sturdy mandibles when it's all finished. So much so that it even comes with a part of the jib. So you get mandible jibs as well, mandible frameworks like that, which are just continued into issue 73. So I'm just going to open this up here. Okay, so the last piece of the framework for this mandible, and then some of the framework for the mandible here as well, which is looking very nice, you know, as what we come to expect from plating work. And of course with issue 73 you get the black screws, you get the fixing screws, a couple of connectors, and the silver screws to attach the cutout parts, even that side even, when we do them. I'm going to do the dish at the end of the video because it is quite iconic and I want to kind of make you wait a little bit. So just give me a few moments to read the instructions and get it all together, and then I'll show you what to do with these first mandible parts. Okay, so I've now familiarized myself with these parts and I just want to throw up the blueprints again. It's quite clear that the main two diagrams of the Falcon show the top of the Falcon, the frames and the panels for the mandibles, and of course the two side parts in the middle show the bottom. It wasn't missing anything out. I just it was the first time I looked at the blueprint and I just misread it, so I wanted to apologize and tell you that I had worked that out and it is all cleared up. So the first part I want to look at are the jibs for the mandibles. They don't connect or anything like that. They're just for the two bottom, I believe that's going to be the bottom panels side by side. I guess they're not going to connect to anything because they just want support on the tips. And when it's all built up, which I'm just going to quickly show you now, very rough diagram, very roughly done even of how it's going to look. As you can see, it's very, very close to the Falcon. Oops, just make this more central. When it's all done up, so you don't really need a jib for the bottom for that part there, as it really, it doesn't add anything, and it might get in the way of the front mandible here and things like that. So these are just for the support of the frames, one for either side. Next time we'll look at this one a bit more closely, and as you can see, this is how the framework goes together. Very nice indeed. So I'm just going to speed up this video and attach this together properly. And here is the framework all completed. It's getting tougher to do all this screwing things in because my screwdrivers are all but on their last legs. The first one that came with the Falcon is long gone. I'm actually using the one that came with the R2-D2 test as well. And I might need another one before the Falcon is finished, but time will tell. So as you can see, this is definitely for the bottom because there are parts here that are raised just there and there and there, which will attach to the framework from the top, I believe, or maybe the side parts. So that is definitely going to go onto the bottom of the Falcon when it's all done. So that is what the framework looks like for this bottom mandible. And something that which is really bizarre when coming to framework and plating connections, in the magazine in issue 73, it tells you to connect the plate work to the framework straight away. I guess because this mandible part is all finished completely already. So I won't do it on camera because I want to get onto that dish, to be honest. So, but you know how it attaches, it just plugs in there, and then you get the silver-headed screws, and that is what the front mandible will look like, apart from that's the bottom view, so it will actually look like that, if that makes sense. It'll make more sense next week when I attach it to the actual body of the Falcon. And then, of course, we'll have the cutout part all finished, and that will go in there like that. But now it is time to get started on that dish. So we come to the dish. Han Solo is finally getting Sky TV in the Millennium Falcon, folks. Very, very excited for this. Just very quickly though, before I get started, there's lots of black pegs, screws left over from that mandible part. So make sure you keep them safe till next time because you will need them. They're not spares or anything, you will need them. And you can stop screaming at me now, okay? Just stop it. I've worked out where I've gone wrong, okay? This is not a cutout. And for those of you who twigged that, I am sorry. But didn't it fit well into the mandible hole? Very, very bizarre. I was thinking that this connection was a bit odd here. But no, this is not a cutout. And these are not parts for the cutout. This is for the base of the dish. So parts will go into here. And then these parts will connect to there. And then the dish will attach to the base like that when it is all finished. I know now, okay? Stop shouting at me. I got it. I was a bit slow, but I've got it. All right? Good. Sorry about that. Really should read the instructions more closely before I start filming these things. Lesson for the future. Right, so the first thing we do in this... Okay, guys, sorry for the abrupt cut there. I was actually doing the shield and the camera ran out of memory. so I just had to go clear it, and now I'm back with you. So I am sorry about that. Luckily, all I'd got to was just cutting these two parts off the sprue. I hadn't glued anything down yet, luckily. So as I was saying, what you need to do is you just need to position this piece correctly before you get started. You've got two bumpy parts here for the bottom, and then this little line here should be on the east side, so east and south. That's how you should look, and that's how you go about attaching these next parts. So you get your glue, attach it, stick it down I should say, and then this first piece goes in there like so. Ooh, bit of a tight fit. There we go. Sorry, sort out the focus. Just like that there. And then the second one I cut out. It's got a little tab there, which you can see. And then that part goes in there like that. So those are the first two parts of the sprue in place. Basically what we're going to do is fill out these holes here and only leave this hole, this hole, this hole, this hole left for the main framework of the shield. So by the end of it, you need to have those four square rectangle holes in the square shape all done. So I'm just going to go away, cut out the next part and file it down, and this is what you're left with, this long piece here. And even though these pieces are quite small, they have got very sizable tabs on them, which I'm very grateful for, so that it is quite easy to fit them in place. So what you need to do is glue that tab. You know, the same thing we kind of seen on every one of the cutouts. You know, put that in, glue that in place there, and actually the pipe work of this long thin bit we just cut out goes neatly into, not that neatly, should go into the hole of this piece there. Can you see that? My hole's a bit mangled for some reason, but it should go into that hole there, so it looks like it's going into this machinery bit there. So that's that part. The next part then is this tiny little part there. I mean, that's just a tab, which is nice, and it's that part there looking really, really tiny. So I'm just gonna put some glue, oops, on the tab, and this part goes into that hole there, just above the main one. I'm gonna have to do this off camera, sorry about this, because as massive as that tab was, that was still quite finicky to get in, but that is what it looks like. Mine's at a slight angle, but yeah, that's what it looks like. And you can see it leaves these four holes all free for the next part of the dish. I just realized I think I called it a shield earlier. I meant dish. So the next thing you do is put the glue on properly, crikey, and then sort out the focus. Of course, you don't have to do that because you're not filming it, and if you are, I'd like to see the videos, so put a link in, put a comment even below with the link. So I've just cut out this part here. Oh my word, the focus. This part here, which has got lots of connecting tabs here, which fit with these parts here. So let's see if I can line that up. They are different shapes, sizes I should say. So you've got the smaller ones here for these two small parts, and then medium for the middle, big for the big, and they will just go in like that. So I'm just going to put some glue on all of these tabs like so. And actually they're not really tabs, they're more, well, they don't slot in, they won't disappear when this is connected. Let's get it that way, let's get the right way around. Just push that in, oops, like so. Oh, really push that in. Still a little wobbly actually. There we go. There we go. That's the glue all dried. So that is what that part looks like, all connected. The next part then goes back to this sprue here, and what we'll be wanting is this piece here. So just cut that out, or cut that off I should say, of that, and I'm just going to go and file it. Okay, so that's all done. Oh sorry, here it is. And then you get the dish back, and you can see there's another one of the slots just, come on focus, just here. Actually looks like a little anime face, this part here, doesn't it? Hello, or konnichiwa, I should say. But yeah, there's a flat part there which fits into that part there, and it will just glue there. And oh, actually no, there's a little hole. I don't know whether you can see it. Hold on, let's see if this focus works. Ooh. Okay, you can see there's a little hole there which that part fits into as well, so which will make it nice and sturdy. In fact, that doesn't quite reach. Maybe that isn't for that part. Maybe it is meant to rest against there. Let me just go and check. No, I was right. It is meant to connect. So this big part connects in there and that little part connects in the hole. So I might have to bend this piece slightly, which I'm going to do off camera. Because, oh, actually, hold on. Please don't break, please don't break, please don't break. It's got a slight curve to it, not as a right angle now. Yes, there we go. That would fit into there. So I'm just going to get some glue. Pop it on this little tab bit. Put it on this flat bit. And then stick it down. Oops. Like so. It's not fully in. There we go. Push. The glue's set. There we go. So that is what that part looks like. In fact, that hasn't properly... Oh, it has gone in the hole. It has. That is what that part looks like, all finished. That's the back of the shield. So yeah, that is all kind of the little fiddly parts. Now we'll get on to the main structure of the... I keep calling it a shield. It's a dish. And you know why I keep calling it a shield? It's because I read Captain America #1. And I can't get over that twist. If you're not into comics or you don't know, I'm not going to ruin it. But if you've read Captain America #1 on this new Marvel run, it's brilliant. It's good storytelling. But that's why I keep calling it a shield. And I am sorry, it is a satellite dish. Han is getting Sky TV. I must remember that. Okay, so the next part requires this sprue here. And what we need to cut out first is this part here. Like so. Just going to go file that away. And actually beware when filing this part, because you do need those tabs. I nearly started filing this one away. As you can see, it's not as perfect as the other one. Oh my word, come on. I'm sorry. So yeah, you can see I started filing that one away before I realized that these are tabs. So don't do that. And that's what it will look like when it is all finished. You then need to get this little part here from this sprue. Snip it out. Actually, might twist that out and file that away. And as you can see, oh, just not the camera, sorry. And as you can see, it's got two tabs there, which will fit into these two holes there. So I'm just going to pop some glue on this part. Like so. And then just put it in like that. And that is what it looks like when it's done. So you've got this piping part going into the main square part, and then you've got this little sticky outy part that way around. And in fact, oh no, that's not a part of filing. That bump is meant to be there. So that is what it looks like when it's all connected. And so the next thing you do is cut out one of these parts. Now be careful at this stage, because yes, we are going to be gluing parts, but also the way this is designed is going to be that it pivots the dish. So be careful not to glue the wrong parts. Otherwise you won't have a rotating dish. You also need to cut out parts here. As you can see, these two parts are the same and these two parts are the same. So you'll need one of each cut out. Like that there. And that there. Just going to file these away. Not away completely, of course, as we still need to use them. Now, the way that these attach onto this frame here is they've got this flat part here, which will run parallel with that part, and then you've got this kind of weird triangle diamondy shaped part, which will go on the top. So it will, well, I'll put, and as you can see here, I've put the wrong side onto this one. On purpose, of course, just for showing you purposes. It doesn't fit like that, obviously. So this one will go on something like this. And of course it'll run flush there. So I'm just going to get my glue. 2 little circle tabs, one there, to fit with the circle holes here and here. And just pop it on like so. Same again with the other side. Bit of dab of glue and a bit of dab of glue. And just pop it on there like that. And you've got one of the frames there all finished. So it's exactly the same with this frame here. So I'm just going to speed up this video and get this done. And there it is like that. And of course, another way to know that you've done it correctly is because there is a slight lip on these parts on the outer edge, which creates like a thinner strip here. It makes more sense when you see it in real life and feel it, but I think you can see it on camera. And then you get those 2 parts like that. Okay guys, I warned you earlier, but this is the time now you really don't glue anything down, okay? Just don't glue, otherwise you will ruin the effect of the dish. You first just need to cut out this part. Nothing to glue to this part here. Just cut it out and file down the excess sprue parts, which I have just done, making sure again that you leave the tabs, okay? The tabs are very important. You then cut out the last 2 remaining parts of this smaller sprue here. Which I'm just going to go away and do. And unlike the last part, which I told you not to shave off the tabs, make sure on this part you shave all the sprue excess off, because otherwise it won't turn as well, Han won't get his Sky Sports, and you won't get a dish that moves as it should even. So the first thing you do is you get this, no, not this part, you get this part here, the A-frame which you glued that little square part on. And you can see it's got a square plug there, just push it in like that. You then get this part and you put it around this part like that. And then you get the remaining part there with this square plug and you just push it on like that. So no glue whatsoever. No, I made a mistake here. Let me just have a look at the instructions. No, I didn't think that looked correct. I completely neglected these parts. So let's try that again, shall we? We get that part and you push it straight through. Oops. You push it. How does this work? Hold on. Okay, no, I was doing it right. What you need to do is you really got to push it through. Like that. It's really tight. Okay, there we go. So you can see the square hole there, the square has just come through like that, leaving that place like that. You then get this piece and you push it on, and there's little tabs that side and that side which fit with the arms like so. You then get this part and attach it like that. Oh yes, okay, there we go. It's a nice fit. You don't need glue. And you can see there you've got a square part sticking out here and a square part sticking out here. One of the square parts fits into that part like, oh no, sorry, other way around, like that, and the other one will fit in like that. Push it and you heard that click. Did you hear that click? I think that means, oh no it doesn't. I was going to say, I think that means that is correct. I mean, surely you'll be able to glue some parts of this, but the instructions say not to, so I'm not going to. But this is quite finicky. So, like I say, let's try this again. That part in there, like that. That part in there, like that. And I guess at the moment it is quite loose because the parts keep popping off, but when it's all glued on, I don't think it will be. So let's glue this on quite quickly, shall we? Let's get the base back. Which way around does this go? Like so. Hold on. Let's make sure I get this right. That part there like that. And okay. It will go in like that. That's how it will tab in. Oh, luckily I can glue it from the bottom. I'm just going to go off camera to glue this down in case it all falls apart again. And here it is, all glued down, looking very, very nice indeed. And as you can see, the functionality is perfect. Look at that. It's very tight fitting, very tight fitting, but you still get that twizzle motion there. And considering how easy it fell apart, it now feels very, very secure, just having those struts in place. And I'm sure when these are also in place attached to the dish, it will feel even more secure. So no time like the present, let's glue these down. I'm pretty sure, well actually, is there a way that these go on? Oh, they've got little holes. Oh, I've only just realised, right, okay. On these parts here, you can see there are little holes in these parts from where they have been glued on. Very clever. And there are little holes, pegs there, sorry, here, 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 and here. And they should just clip on like that. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to do this off camera. I'm really sorry about this, guys. Bear with me. Okay, so it is all glued down now, and this is the final result. Here we have the satellite dish for the Millennium Falcon, and it is fantastic. I am sorry again that I had to go off camera just to glue it. I just wanted to make sure I get it right because it's all been going really well till now. I didn't want to just mess it up on the last hurdle, but as you can see, they slot in quite well there. There's a bit of glue spillage, but when I do some black washes later, that will cover that up quite nicely. And it fits nicely into there as well. And as you can see, just from me doing that, it has a full 180-degree motion like that. And when it is on top of the Falcon, it will twirl on this part here as well. So 360 that way, 180 that way, with a very, very sturdy pivot there. So now that that's done, there's only one more thing left to do really. And that is to not put it on the blueprint, but to put the dish into this hole here. So this is the hole that you put it in, as you can see, and then all you do is you get the little connector, pop it in like that, and there is the dish installed. It's as simple as that. So just to show you that motion again, 180 that way. Let's hold the rest of the Falcon so it doesn't move, and then 360 all the way around like that, which is just fantastic. I absolutely love this part. Absolutely love it. It is just fantastic. Look how beautiful it is. And when it's all weathered up like the whole of the top will be eventually, it's going to look brilliant. And it already looks pretty good with that paint at the back there. As you can see, the shading isn't too dissimilar from the grey that we get with the actual painted on part there. But I still might go over it. Who knows? It is fantastic. I just can't stop playing with it. It is nice to have a part of the Falcon that moves manually, not electronically. So yeah, very, very nice. Very, very happy with how this has come out. And I really hope you have enjoyed this video as well. Next time we'll be looking at more of the mandibles, I am sure. So until next time, take care. Bye bye.